Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directive. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I want to thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, for helping me to grow my channel. When you hit that thumbs up, when you leave me a comment, it helps us to connect in energy, which makes the readings more likely to resonate for you. It's that whole quantum physics thing where time is not linear. So when you do that, it's like it's happening now when I'm doing this readings. So mind-blowing as that is, hit the thumbs up. If you are subscribed, you should hit the bell icon if you would like to be notified when I upload videos, which I do generally on Mondays. So let's see here. This week I have a lot going on. We've got that new moon in Scorpio happening. We've got, here we go. We've got the monthly. I'm going to do the monthly for the season of Scorpio. I will timestamp that. You can skip straight to that if you'd like to do that. And I'm going to right now do the weekly. I also did some channeling information, so we'll get to all that in a second. So overall, your energy for this week is really interesting because you have the Seven of Wands. And this Seven of Wands is the energy of that new moon in Scorpio. It's that, what do you believe in? Being able to stand up against the opposing forces, feeling like everybody's coming at you, but what do you really believe in? And you have the Knight of Cups, which is about sharing your gifts with the world and trusting that that they will be well received. So he actually makes money because he's playing here, but it's being willing to sing your own song out into the universe, stand up for what you believe is your overall energy for the week. So I find that interesting overall. Let's go ahead and get into this. Let's see what we have going on. So the moon moves into Leo. The moon moves into Leo at 12:29 p.m. on Monday. And so this is that energy of wrapping things up, of getting things done. You'll have to work hard to maintain your position of respect, maybe, but that Leo energy is like, what do I need to push through? That's that resistance energy of this, and then surrendering to the divine, which is kind of like the Knight of Cups. It's like surrendering into what moves your heart. And so, all of those? Wow. Okay. All right. Taurus, you got a lot happening here. So we have play, illumination, redemption, and beauty. Ooh, interesting. So we have Bast, which is about, so finding the joy, okay, so all right, let's start with illumination. This is like suddenly knowing and understanding and surrendering to the divine, like suddenly figuring it out, that you are supposed to be having fun out there, that you're supposed to be finding the beauty. It's Helen of Troy. And Helen of Troy was, you know, there were two countries that were fighting to have her be their queen. And so this is fighting for the beauty and the joy and the play in your life. And we have the Valkyries, which is redemption, which means, yes, you're going to have to fight, literally fight for it. The Valkyries will fight. And so I think that there might be a situation where you just haven't been feeling like life's been that much fun. And you feel like everybody's coming at you and you're trying to stand your ground about what you believe in. But I think if you tap into your emotional aspects of what you find beautiful, what you find artistic, what you find that brings the other senses to life for you, then I think you'll know what to do. I think there's an illumination process that comes from that. And so when I was tapping into the energy of this week overall for everybody, when I was looking at this Moon and Leo energy, I heard that "What Have You Done For Me Lately" song from Janet Jackson. And so that need to feel respected and that need to have other people respect you, that Seven of Wands energy. And so resting on laurels is not going to work. Resting on laurels isn't going to work this week. So wrapping things up, feeling respectful, not resting on your laurels. And then on Wednesday, that moon is going to move into Virgo, which is a fellow earth sign. And that is about, it's an opportunity to review to analyze the fluctuating finances, organization of time. It's about what is the principle, what really matters to you. It's releasing what doesn't work and stepping into your power. And stepping into your power is definitely the Seven of Wands energy here. And you have be patient and be focused. Oh my God. When I did your channeled energy, which I'll get to later, I heard be patient and be focused. And so you have this card. Be patient and be focused. Wow. Love it when that happens. And then we have B. Spread heart healing with joy. Spread heart healing with joy. You are supposed to be having fun in life. If your life is not fun, you need to make some changes. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. So, because I'm waiting for Spirit to tell me something else, but I didn't hear anything else. So that's all I'm going to say. That's what they said. If you're not having fun and if you're not seeing the beauty in your life, it's time to make some changes. Okay. So the moon is going to move into, God, my nose itching so bad. All right, guys, settle down. All right, so the moon is moving into Libra on Friday. And at the same time, Mercury is moving into the phase that we call the storm phase, which is, it's in the shadow period right now. It's gearing up to go retrograde. When it's in the storm phase, things are really slow the way the heck down. And so you might come up against delays in time, communication issues. Things are starting to slow down. It might be a little frustrating. For you, this would be happening in your 5th house of fun and romance and creativity. And so there might be, oh, wait, no, that's in your 6th house of day-to-day work-life balance. Okay, so this over here is your fun and creativity and romances. Be patient and be focused and to spread the joy around. But when we get here, this is the energy of work-life balance. And so, you know, leave for work a little early. So that you're not stressed out by the traffic. It's time to start thinking about those things. Paying attention to how you communicate in emails at work, or how you speak to people you care about, or how you're going to get your message across in a loving manner, because you also need to stand up for yourself, but how are you going to do all this, right? And so this energy is kind of like, you know, you need to not start anything new. Understand that there's going to be delays, but start writing down your new ideas. Like when you get a new idea, write it down. It's just not time to act on it, but it is time to wrap up business. Things that have already started, it's time to get going on that. You know, I'm finishing it up. So if you have any big projects that you want to do, now is the time to get moving on that. And it's a good time to rest because the moon is void of course. And so productivity is a really big opportunity to be productive over the weekend, but also to make sure you're resting enough. But this productivity will probably happen in more of a solitude. So either it'll be productive with you thinking about what's of value to you, what matters to you. It could be productive to go over your personal books then, you know, whatever it is. It's not like going out and having a bunch of people around you. I think you're going to want to kind of hermit mode it a little bit to have the best outcome. So you have Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take care. Oh, I'm sorry. Take one step at a time to happiness. If you're not having fun, you need to do something about it. One step at a time toward happiness. So yeah, things are going to be slow. You're going to need to be patient. You're going to need to be focused, but you need to be taking a step. One step at a time. That's how you get there, right? One step at a time. So the moon is new in Scorpio on Sunday night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the U.S. And so I really don't want to get into the Scorpio energy so much, but I do want to kind of cover the the new moon, because this is your opportunity to step into your power, your sense of sovereignty, which is you are a divine spark of God wrapped in a body. You came here to co-create with spirit. What do you want to co-create? It is about balancing the masculine and the feminine using the sword of truth. It's about independence because we have Lilith. It's about equality. It is about what feels equal and balanced in your life. And this is going on in your 7th house of partnership. Whoa, it's in your 1st house. What the? No, we're Taurus. Okay, yeah. Your 7th house of partnership. So, when you are considering the month coming up in your 7th house of partnership, equality, what is bringing in the masculine and the feminine to you, what is bringing the beauty and the joy and the light into your life are things to be considering. Let's get some guidance on this moon. You have optimism. After each rainstorm, there will be clear skies and determination. Don't be afraid of a rising tide. It will soon recede. So be optimistic, be determined, and one step at a time. One step at a time. And one more card on that, and then we'll move into the channeled information, which I already sort of touched on because it came out here in the Kingfisher, so they don't want me to forget it. What do you need to release? What do you need to release? What do you need to release in order to bring the happiness into your life? And the Void of Course Moon showed up again. So the Void of Course Moon is this, it's a resting phase. It's don't push too hard, but do take one step at a time. Do take one step at a time. All right, so let's get into the channeled information. I gather up the cards here. So what I heard was generosity of spirit. That was the first thing I heard when I tapped into your energy was, ooh, I should write that down. Generosity of spirit. 11:45. So generosity of spirit, and then I heard patience is required. Clear as day, patience is required. I thought, Taurus is good at that. And then what I saw was, I saw a tree across the road. And I saw you standing there assessing the situation, like it was blocking your path. Patience is required. Mercury is going to be in retrograde. Patience is required. So it's like there's an obstacle there. You're assessing the situation. It's going to take teamwork. That's what I heard. Teamwork. And I also heard... okay, so I started to write willingness, and then I heard necessity. It isn't just teamwork. It's not a willingness to, it's going to be a necessity. A necessity to work with others in a collaborative manner to move the obstacle, to move the tree out of the path. And patience is going to be required. And then I heard focused thinking. So, just like that Kingfisher, you have focused thinking, and you have collaboration and teamwork, being patient. So these are all superpowers for you. I have no doubt, Taurus, that you can manage all of this. So, and the thing that I did have I went, ooh, that might be more of a challenge than most Tauruses like, was the need to listen to others, to fully understand the problem and the possible solutions. So that's that collaborative energy. And so she's listening to what he's saying, what he's playing, right? You need to be willing to listen to other people. Yes, stand your ground, but if you're shouting and nobody's listening, then solutions are hard to come by, right? And so it's going to be really finding that balance, especially because we're hitting that 6th house arena of really listening and into the partnerships, right? So listening to collaboratively work together. And this could be at work, and this could be at home, this could be with family, this could be with your friends, whatever this obstacle is, that's going to be important. And then I have the channeled messages for your affirmations was, I am a good listener and I have an understanding heart. This is that Knight of Cups. I am a good listener and I have an understanding heart. Because when everybody is yelling and shouting, nobody's listening, and that rarely works to anybody's benefit. All right, so let's go ahead and do the 9 card. Laugh. 9 cards. It's never 9 cards. We're going to do the 9 card spread here. and just see what we get. So the center card, in case you've never seen this before, is the key to the situation. And then we're going to cover the past, the present, the future, your thoughts, feelings, and actions. This is covering the time frame of Scorpio, which is October 23rd to November 21st. Oh, okay, that one. And then I assigned the Lenormand houses to each of the different spots just to help me clarify what, to be able to drill down into what was happening. Okay, that was weird. Usually it's the bottom card, which I still want to look at because I'm stubborn. Because I'm stubborn. Okay, so the overall energy. Okay, so we have intricacies and industry. So yes, this is paying attention to detail. Mercury will be in retrograde this entire Scorpio season, and so paying attention to details. Anything, any idea, any work that you're trying to push forward, being detail-oriented will be your superpower that keeps you out of trouble, big time. And this is also, we have views of the ego. And so the views of the ego is if you can't step out of your ego, if you don't release your ego, you could create more drama than necessary. So we're going to put that in the reverse because it's better like that. Don't be so sure that you are right that you're not willing to listen to others. But at the same time, don't let what other people think about you dictate the decisions that you make. You need to be able to look yourself in the mirror. You need to decide what is important to you, who you are, what touches your heart, what sings to you, right? And so the key to the situation is we have the Six of Scrolls, the Sand of Time. You feel like you're running out of time. But you're not. There's no such thing. We make choices and decisions as we go through life, and we may end up taking a different path than maybe, it wasn't maybe the most expedient path, but it meant that there was lessons to be learned along the way, friendships to be made, experiences to be had, wisdom and knowledge to be gained. It's never lost. And the sands of time never run out. If you don't get it done in this lifetime, there's always another one. The sands of time never run out when you're trying to get something accomplished that's important. And so worrying about the sands of time, like you're running out of time, that pressure is going to be kind of a driving force. And remember, be patient, be focused. So I'm actually going to flip this upside down because then the time is flowing back to you. It is retrograde. Time will flow back to you. Everything slows down. Take advantage of it. If you feel all this pressure, like everything's going really fast and everything feels really slow because of this energy of the retrograde, embrace it as an opportunity to really review, reconfigure, to reinvent. You're not running out of time. You're doing just fine. Okay, in the past. This is interesting because this is a timing card and we have summer. In the past, you were seeking information. So, what am I getting from this? This feels like that whole sands of time thing. I feel like you really want those verdant fields. Like I think you feel like you're stuck in winter and you want to get to summer. And you're trying to figure out how to get to where am I happy? Where does my life feel like it's all sunshiny? Oh. Wait. Oh, this was I'm like, wait, what is this doing here? This is the card I pulled. That was the overall energy, was the Ascent. This is where this Seven of Wands. This is, standing your ground, standing at the top, taking the high road, being generous of spirit, right? Generosity of spirit toward others. It's so funny, though, that where it ended up was right here with St. Michael in transformation. So you are being protected and guided during this time of transformation. It is a major transformation that is happening and occurring in your life. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to actually leave it here. It feels comfortable there. It feels right. You are ascending. You are climbing. And you are being divinely guided and protected throughout this. And if at any point you start to feel a little unsteady, like, I don't know what to do next, ask St. Michael to come and help you. St. Michael can cut the cords of negative energy, release you from karmic situations, past life situations, anything that is in this lifetime or in a previous lifetime that is weighing you down and keeping you. Because, like, if you're trying to climb a mountain and your backpack is super heavy with a bunch of old karma, it's like carrying boulders on your back. That really works well. I mean, if you're training to be in the elite forces of the military, I guess maybe then climbing the mountain with boulders in your backpack is good. But other than that, for the most of us, that's not such a great thing. And so in the future, there's a lot of balance. There's an abundance of balance. This is about bringing your life into balance. Where you've been working really, really hard, bringing the joy and the happiness back in, creating that balance. Okay. So in the past, so this card always makes me think of like your tribe, your group, your family, and you've had a lot of doubts and concerns about it. And we have the architect. You're trying to create something. The architect points to which direction, and in the past he was pointing, because it was in the reverse, he was pointing back to the past. And so I feel like you've really been struggling over how you want to create this family, this group, this dynamic. So it could be a work group, it could be a family group, it could be a friends group, but there's some kind of a group that you've been trying to control the direction in which it goes by looking to the past instead of looking to the future. And it's been causing a lot of anxiety for you. And in the future, there you are, the King of Keys. This is you. That's like the King of Pentacles. This is you looking out over and seeing what it is that you want to accomplish, that you are accomplishing. It's having it all. In your heart space, finding that happiness. In the recent past, the biggest obstacle has been overcoming your mind. Being willing to tap into your higher self. Being willing to listen to your intuition and your wisdom because you had chosen a path. Taurus. I'm not throwing you under the bus here, but see if this doesn't resonate for you. You look at a situation, you say, oh, hey, okay, I'm going to analyze this, and I'm thinking about that, and it takes you a long time, and then you make up just sit in your mind, and you go, nope, this is the way I'm doing this, and you start moving forward, and it makes it really hard for you to accept that maybe you didn't pick the right path. Not right path, that's the wrong thing. I hate that phrase. But maybe your goals change, or maybe a situation changes, and you're like, all these obstacles are being thrown in your path because the divine is trying to shift you, trying to move you from your, I'm going this way, and you're the bull, and nobody moves you. And so all these obstacles start piling up, and it's the divine's way of trying to guide you to an easier path, an easier way, a different way of looking at things, different perspective. And because this was in the reverse and it was in the obstacles, I would say you were determined to stick to your path. I'm going the way I've decided, instead of being willing to be teachable. And I think that's why you got this need to listen to others to fully understand problems and possible solutions. As wise as you are, real wisdom comes from being a good listener and understanding that other people also know things. And maybe they have a unique way of doing things. It might work if you, you know, collaborate. And when I see will in the reverse, I feel like it's been a real obstacle for you to make a change, to have the fortitude, like I'm on this path and it takes so much effort now that I'm on this path to shift directions, and I feel like you've been fighting against it. Okay. This was in the reverse. I'm putting it in the upright because you can control anything that's happening right now. The choices and the decisions you make now affect the future. So we have the Oracle of Delphi in the upright, and we had the elementals in the reverse. And so to me, that's like, now you're finally listening to your intuition. And maybe it's a good thing that you're not so grounded in your idea. But I think that since being balanced is important, I think it's okay to trust your instincts, but be willing to listen to your higher self. They work best. It's like, it's the yin and the yang. It's the balance. This is the receiving of information and the love from everything around you to help you to move forward, to be open to that. Being willing to listen to your inner self, being willing to listen to, so she's getting information from her higher self, and here the information is coming in from those around the child, the elementals. They're like, this is the part where it becomes important to listen to what everyone has to say to find the solution. And okay, alrighty. Wow. So, this was in the reverse, which is excellent. We have the karmic trench. You're digging yourself out of the karmic trench. And we have a soulmate relationship here because we have the King of Keys here, and in the future you have the Queen of Keys. And we have Uriel and the Sphinx, and this is ancient wisdom and knowledge. This is tapping into your higher self. This is, what was that card you had? Dharma? Dharma unfolding. This is what is happening right now, is in divine order and timing. You're not running out of time. You're not. Everything is happening right on time. It just maybe doesn't feel like it. It may feel painfully slow. Be sure to call on Archangel Michael if you're feeling like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. And Archangel Uriel, which is that deep wisdom from past lifetimes. It is both. Cutting the cords of the negative karma so you can get out of the karmic trench. And learning and being willing to listen and learn to your higher self and those around you, to tap all the resources that you have so that you can figure out all the possible solutions on how you're going to move that tree out of your way, right? That tree that's across the road that's blocking you. You have a fairy stone. You have the loving elementals, which are the fairies, and then you have the fairy stone. So the fairy stone is about fertility. It is about birth. It is about this whole Scorpio death and rebirth process. This is the Empress. This is springtime energy. You have Kyanite. Oh, Kyanite's such a cool one. Where do I know I have one here. Actually, I think I have. Kyanite is really cool. See how beautiful it is? It's blue and sparkly, but you know what's interesting? Is it shards off, like easily releases pieces, and it's called letting go. You can shed the parts that don't work. You can shed and release what isn't working in your life so that you can allow the fertility of something new to happen, to allow the heart healing from the diapotase, whatever. If you can say that and write it for me phonetically, I'd appreciate it. And then we have the sunstone, which is empowerment. When you release what doesn't serve you, when you're willing to let the divine steer you off of your chosen path because maybe it's not working out as you had anticipated, when you're willing to cut the cords of negative energy around you, be patient and be focused, allow your heart to heal, step into your empowerment, then there's fertility and growth. These are amazing cards. This is a big deal. This between Mercury retrograde and this happening with this death and rebirth process, and where the planets are lined up, because Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, which is about to come in conjunction with Saturn, who's all about boundaries, but then Saturn moves past and changes and opens the doorways to change come January. So this is about preparing, getting ready, being willing, being teachable, and being willing to make changes. What am I missing? Anything? So I see in your future a very beautiful relationship that's divinely ordained. It's time to sing your love song. Look for the joy, the beauty, and the happiness. Wow, of course, that's some kind of reading. All right. I remember I'm a good listener, and I have an understanding heart. And you will be productive. You will be productive on something really important here in your life. So I will talk to you soon, Taurus. You take care, and have a really great month.